beautiful Aquarians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career reading for the end of October right through to the end of November 2022. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask you for your personal details, and I will also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks you for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aquarians, this is your career reading. I'd like to apologize for the length of time it has taken me to get this reading to you all. Unfortunately, I came down with a really nasty bug, me and my family, and I was in bed for a week and a bit, so I didn't have the energy to even get out of bed. So here I am though. It's a little bit late, but better late than never, right? So let's get straight to your reading, my beautiful Aquarians. The first pile is going to be your protagonist energy, how you're feeling about your career at the moment. Second pile will be any blockages or obstacles that you've come up against, or things you feel are in some way delaying your career progress. And the third pile will be your unified energy, things, the way things are going to work out in the near future. Now, also, just to let you know, we have a new moon eclipse on the 25th of October. You probably already feel that uncertainty energy. That's what eclipses do. It brings a little bit of a radical change. So you may be feeling a little bit more frustrated than usual, a little bit more philosophical than usual regarding your career choices and the next step that you're trying to make. And also, this kind of eclipse energy, it actually exposes weaknesses or areas we feel unmotivated or where we feel there needs to be big change, okay? So it is actually a positive, transformative energy, but it can feel a little bit stifling at first. Now, of course, eclipse energy, it will occur as well. There is an eclipse on the 6th of November as well. You'll start feeling that energy. But we do have a wonderful alignment after that. We have Mercury, the planet of communication, and Mars, the planet of action, going head to head. And there is an influence here for you to change your circumstances and head in the right direction. Okay, now we have Mercury going direct, which is a very positive energy. It allows us to sort of negotiate better deals, have more ideas more freely, find inspiration, and, really speak up for what it is that we want in our career and get it. Also, things like electronics, etc., they start to become easier. Emails and communication flows a lot quicker as well. But we do have Mars going retrograde. Now, this can make us feel a little bit lethargic. It can make us feel a little bit, with a little bit less control over our career in some areas. But there is actually a very positive energy attached to that. It gives us a chance to reimagine areas of our career where we feel we're stuck and improve circumstances to take charge. So it gives us an opportunity to pause and rethink the next step. Now, I can see you're starting, whoa, explosive energy here, 2 of Cups, and we have the 5 of Swords there as well. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. And finally, we have the 7 of Cups. Okay, so now I can see that you're starting there with the Tower. So the Tower, a lot of people get a little bit scared with the Tower, okay? But it basically means like a sudden epiphany or realization. Can also be a surprise in your career. It could be a restructure or some sort of recalibration of things in your career that may actually liberate you from a stagnancy. So with the Sun as the outcome card, I definitely see a positive sort of shift in the right direction. But the Tower can make us feel like we feel uncomfortable uncomfortable or unmotivated, or we feel like things are, you know, our motivation is breaking down, or we feel low morale at this time. It can also feel a little bit that you're going round and round in circles and you feel like you're not making any progress in your career right now. But it may literally, because this is your protagonist energy, you may just feel that things need to change because it's same old, same old. So you may have felt like you've hit a glass ceiling or some sort of plateau in your career where you feel like you're just sort of coasting right now. You're just making do. Now that's of course important as well. You know, sometimes we do jobs where we're like just on autopilot, but at least we got money coming on in, paying the bills, and etc., etc. But you may be using this time period as an opportunity to reimagine your career and come unstuck, to actually liberate yourself and, you know, take a leap of faith in some areas of your career. Now, the Tower represents change, of course. It can be radical change. It can be unwanted change as well. You know, this is the protagonist energy, though. This is your energy. So suddenly you may decide that actually I don't want to do this anymore. I want to put my feelers out and see what other opportunities are out there for me. I want to expand. I want to be happy within my career sector. So the Tower can mean that suddenly, you know, you hand in your notice and your boss is like, no, that's not what I want. You know, it's an unwanted change from your boss's perspective, but you're like, you know what, unless there's room for me to elevate in my career, then, you know, I'm feeling pretty stuck right now where I'm at. So now, it doesn't mean that suddenly you're going to do that. It can mean that you have ideas or thoughts that perhaps, you know, you want to affect change in your career that's so radical because you're feeling a little bit left out in the cold. You may feel like some of you may feel like, you know, you're not earning enough money for all the effort that you're putting in. You may feel like there's low morale or low motivation at work, or you may feel like with that Five of Swords there, you may feel sometimes that people try to push your buttons, or that there's office politics that go on, and you're like, you know what, I'm done with this. I can't take it anymore. But the Tower energy is like a sudden epiphany, a realization that you need to break out of being stuck in a rut. Okay, so it can mean that you're staying exactly where you're at, but you're finding a new way of working, a radically new way of working that actually is interesting and keeps those wonderful brain synapses alive. It could also mean that suddenly you ask your boss, you know, look, I'm feeling pretty unmotivated right now. Do you have any new projects available that could really sort of encourage me to want to elevate? Is there anything at the moment that could help sort of motivate me and my quest to rise up within my career sector? Because the Five of Pentacles there, this figure is asking. Okay, asking for something that they have not got at this present time. So you're asking for either more money, for example, or some of you are like looking for an opportunity that brings more money. The Five of Pentacles also indicates you may be looking at your skill set when it comes to your career, and looking at, you know, as I said, exposing weaknesses or areas where you feel that you don't have the skills or you want to learn more. So it can mean that you're trying to level up by putting yourself on courses of learning, or asking your boss to put you on like a course to learn some extra skills, or even give you new projects or more stimulating work in order to you know, really sort of feel like you're making an impact and have a purpose within your career sector. Now, for some of you, you may work on your own, or you may have your own business, and you may have felt that you've plateaued to a certain level and you're wondering, how do you break out to the next stage? The Tower is just that. It is a deconstruction of everything that is holding you back at this moment in time, and it's a liberating card that brings positive transformation on the other side. Okay, it's for your highest good when you get this level of change. So positive transformation. It's also about keeping your eyes open. As you can see, we've got the lightning bolt hitting the third eye there. This is about your vision for the future, because the next card comes after the Tower. It is a Star, of course, which is about, you know, clarity. It is about, you know, new ideas. It's about success. It's about breakthrough, having a better future to look forward to. So the Tower is like being that visionary, allowing yourself to see beyond the four walls that have been built around your career at this moment in time. So I really feel like you're breaking out or having a breakthrough, because this card is happening for you and not to you, because it's in the protagonist energy. This is your energy, how you're feeling at the moment, which is like something needs to change. Okay, so some of you visualizing a better financial future. Now, I've got a small portion of energy. I can't lie to you. When I've got the small portion of energy coming through, I'm going to address that as well. Some of you may have come to this reading already having lost your job, or there was maybe a project that was promised to you and it got taken away, or there was some sort of like reprise of, perhaps an offer that was given by a boss or something like that. Something that you felt perhaps maybe you had and it was stable, and it's almost like the rug got pulled from underneath you. Now, that's not everybody. I just want that to be known. This is for a small portion of my beautiful Aquarians out there who are coming to this reading after some sort of shocking event at their work, okay? And it can make you feel like something's been taken away, because that Five of Pentacles is like, Five of Pentacles is like there is not enough, or, it's tough right now and things have been working against you. And some of you may reach out for help or ask for help. So, I mean, it can mean that suddenly someone gave you a deadline that is impossible to actually accomplish. So you may be like, you know what, I need help because there's so much work right now. Things are pretty tough and I need some extra hands on deck to really help me develop the project or move forward. So it can be you are asking to delegate, or asking for an extra pair of hands to help right now because things are so tough at work that you are feeling a little bit swamped. Okay, so don't be afraid to ask for help. The Five of Pentacles is always a reminder there is sanctuary. There is a way to move through difficult times. Now also I get an energy of with the Five of Pentacles, it can be this card of difficulty, it can be a card of sadness, it can be a feeling of not being fulfilled in your career at the moment. So some of you, as I said, you're going to make radical changes in order to find that happy spot, in order to find contentment, success, abundance, and more money. Now, the Five of Pentacles, the Tower energy, and the Ten of Cups, together the combination can mean that some of you have been off sick or unwell because, so you haven't been at work, or you've been trying to work from home, for example, because you've been feeling a little bit unwell. Firstly, if that's you, I'm sending you huge hugs out there. I know what it feels like to not be able to do anything, and I'm a workaholic, so, and I have lots of family responsibilities as well. So to be taken out of the game of life by a really nasty bug, I know what it feels like. So I'm sending you lots of love, hugs and vibes of sort of recuperation. Now, the Ten of Cups, though, indicates that, you will get better and you will get back to work and, you will thrive, survive, and be successful. Okay, so I definitely see you getting much better there as well. But the Ten of Cups and the Five of Pentacles, it basically means right now, in order to obtain your goal, your sweet spot, your happiness within your career, you feel like you're not quite there yet, but you're halfway. Okay, Five of Pentacles is an indication that you're at a halfway point in your career, but you feel something needs to change in order to make things better. Now, some of you may actually set up second streams of income. We definitely have the Hermit energy there, which indicates, perhaps working from home. And the Two of Cups there can also be a card of the law of attraction, or even a card of duality, trying to set up second streams of income so that you have other money ticking in on the side. Now, this is a position of feelings that you feel, things that you feel maybe have been working against you. The Hermit energy can be a card of feeling a little bit alone at work. If there's cliques and things like that, you may feel like you're just existing to work at the moment, and you may feel that actually there's a lot of office politics with that Five of Swords, or you may feel like there's someone in particular sort of really calling you out or picking on you in some way. I feel like you're going to move away from that energy, but the Hermit energy is like you have a lot of skills, you have a lot of talent, you have a lot of knowledge in the area that you work in. And sometimes you may feel that people don't take you seriously, or they don't see your true talent and they don't appreciate you. That's all about to change, okay? I definitely see people in positions of power noticing what you do and sort of looking at you and recognizing your skill set, and sort of, so you should really be proud of yourself, my beautiful Aquarians. Now, also, if you work for yourself, perhaps as an entrepreneur, or, you know, even from home, sometimes you may feel like it's a little bit lonely, okay? Or you may feel a little bit isolated. So with the Two of Cups there, I feel some of you may have been focusing a lot on work and not going out and enjoying yourself as much as possible. If you've been unwell, of course, and you're going to be under the weather and you're not going to really want to go out and see people. But I definitely get this energy of you sort of turning things around in November to, or maybe even the end of October into November, to sort of go out and have a little bit more fun, okay? And with this Hermit energy also, in this position, it can mean a feeling of being stuck as well. And, you know, really sort of going inwards to ask yourself, am I where I should be right now? And if the answer is no, then you're looking at how can I change my circumstances in order to put my resume out there, or, you know, set up my own business. What is it I can do to feel fulfilled in the area of my career? Okay, so I mean, we spend so long in a working environment that we may as well find a place where we feel marginally happy, right? The goal is to be super happy at what we do and feel like we have, we're making an impact, we're making a difference. But if you feel that that is not the case at the moment, you're feeling a little bit stuck, then I see you actually coming out of that energy and reaching, you know, a more happier point in your career where you're in control and you have a lot of options open to you, and there is job security. Okay, I feel job security for you, where there is financially there's a steady reward, let's put it that way, for the effort that you put in. Now, I will clarify that a little bit more. But the Eight of Wands in this position as well is an indication that you're feeling stuck. Okay, now the Tower, as I said, it kind of represents a prison. You know, it's like you're in that prison. Some of us are happy to be in that prison. We just go round and round. We feel, okay, we're safe. We've got an opportunity to be in a position to earn money, and that's great. We all need money, especially at the moment. You know, inflation is going up. The price of living is going up. We all know that these things are occurring around us, and we have to find a way to sort of temper our spending, or make the resources that we have work for what our circumstances are in this moment. I see you putting yourself in a really good position to be able to do that. Okay, I see financially stable. I see you being able to put away a little bit of money for a rainy day as well. Even if you feel that this is something that you can't possibly do in this moment, I feel right at the end of the month, you're going to surprise yourself. There's going to be a little bit extra left over, okay? But I will pull some cards, because I see the Seven of Cups there. You know, lots of opportunities being available to you. And I see you, you know, having an opportunity to focus on either different streams of income, or by setting up, you know, something creatively, because they're showing me how talented you are. You're very gifted at what you do. Ten of Cups can be, you know, some of you thinking about, you know, setting up a business with a family member, maybe even a side hustle, or even someone that you really care about or trust. The Ten of Pentacles, sorry, the Ten of Cups is a card of making sure that your family is well taken care of and that everybody's okay. So I feel that you are looking across the board how to safeguard yourself and making sure you enjoy your career at the same time. I mean, it's not too much to ask. You know, I see some really good news coming for you. Eight of Wands tends to be, you know, a breakthrough moment where things start to build up and get faster. Things gain momentum. So if you've been feeling stuck, there is an energy for you round about the 6th of November, actually, where you start to move forward in the right direction. And this is a major transformation card. It is a very powerful transformation card. When you get this card, it is a card of money moving fast. Okay, when you apply it to money, it's about money moving fast, being organized, and being ready to keep up the pace. Your future self will thank you for the decisions that you're making in this moment regarding your career. So I really feel like you're setting yourself up for a lot of success. Okay, the Hermit says you have a lot of inner knowledge. Listen to your hunches, listen to everything that your guides are whispering towards you as well, because you know, we get pointed in the direction sometimes by our guides. They give us signs. So pay close attention to any omens. They're actually showing me loads of feathers for you right now, loads of white feathers. So you may actually see a cluster of white feathers in the next 4 to 5 weeks. I'm not just talking about one here. They show me like a cluster of feathers. So you may come across a cluster of feathers and be like, huh, that's really interesting. That's an indication that some really great news is coming for your career, and it helps you elevate. Okay, so I definitely see you having more energy and a boost. You know, it's almost things come to a climax, or things are starting to pick up pace, and you're in the flow. Okay, now the Two of Cups. When it's covered by the Hermit there, it can mean that you have been feeling a little bit alone in your workspace, but there is support, there is an ally there, there's someone here who you could work closely with, and actually I would say they're giving me this energy. Don't compare your skill set to another person, okay? Because you've actually got a lot of skills that this other person does not have. So if you're looking at other people and thinking, oh, they're a little bit further on their journey than me, don't compare. There's no comparison. You're actually really talented at what you do. You've got skills that other people do not have. So believe in yourself. Do not allow that doubt to creep in. Now, of course, we're all human. We all have moments of self-doubt and things like that. And we all sort of look at what we've got sometimes and look at what another person has, and you may feel that with that Five of Swords, someone does not work as hard as you, and you're like, wow, how is it they're making it work and I'm working all these hours and they're working less than me? Don't compare, because I feel like you've got opportunities coming to you that this person does not have. Okay, there's blessings headed to you that you're not even aware of just yet, so be mindful of that. Now, if you've been someone who's worked alone, or you're setting up your own business, or you work predominantly alone at work in an office, there's an opportunity to partner up. The Two of Cups can be a card of, you know, partnering up with another person or someone with a like-minded sort of mindset that actually, you know, sort of balances things out. It's a really positive encounter, okay? But the Two of Cups in this position can also be you separating from something that you feel is not right for you. You may feel like your efforts are going unnoticed, or it's not financially rewarded. So some of you will look at how you are operating within your career sector, and you're looking at the effort you put in and what you get out. And if you feel like it's not you know, balanced, or it's not right, I definitely see you sort of like separating from that or taking a step back. I feel like you're in control of that, okay? So some of you may put your resume out there, or even just keep an eye on the job market to see what's out there, because these cards are telling me that you're feeling stuck and disinterested right now in whatever it is that you're doing. And it may be something that you actually loved doing a long time ago, but right now there's something in you that has changed, that has made you feel a little bit less motivated. It doesn't mean you don't want to do what you're doing. It just means right now you're finding it hard to input emotion to it or passion into it. And this will return. Okay, so if you do sort of want to stay where you're at, I feel like you will find that motivation and that drive again. I feel like perhaps you've been going through something either personal, or you've just been feeling that so many difficult things are occurring around the world for the last like 18 months and more, that you found you're looking at things in a very different mindset. You're looking at life with a new set of eyes, and it's almost like now it's important that things matter. Okay, they always mattered, of course, but now you're aware that you know, you don't want to waste your time doing something that you don't like, or you don't want to waste your time doing something that you feel like you do not have an impact, or that it's not working for you. You know, before, many years ago, you may have felt like, okay, you know, I'm not exactly happy where I'm at, but you know, it's paying the bills, etc., etc. Now I feel like you're re-examining your priorities and looking at life in different eyes. Okay, now that Two of Cups also indicates an exchange of finances or a gift, a wonderful encounter where you somehow benefit in your career. So this will come in the form of either an email or a letter or some sort of message. Okay, so there is an opportunity headed your way. It's just for you. Okay, this opportunity is for your eyes only, and it is being gifted to you so that you can have balance in your career. You can enjoy what you do, but also you can have more time for you as well. So I feel like there is an opportunity to do a dream job. The Five of Swords, when I apply it on a personal level, it means don't self-sabotage, okay? Five of Swords, sometimes we can allow our doubts to creep in and we can sabotage our progress. So if you're feeling a little bit lackluster or you're feeling a little bit uninspired at work, remember that this too shall pass, okay? Give it some time, really think about it. The Hermit says take some time out, reassess, regroup, realize what is meant for you, and then make your decision. Don't make any rash decisions, okay? Also with the Five of Swords, this can be a card of someone giving you the brush off at work, okay, or giving you the brush off. For example, if you've been asking your boss for a raise, or you've been saying, you know what, I need more inspiring work, you know, your boss or those in positions of power may say, oh yeah, I'll get to it, and they're just constantly giving the brush off. Or if you've been told that you're going to get help in some area of your career because you feel overwhelmed and overworked, you may feel like someone's, you know, this help is never coming. So I would be, again, reassessing things, really take some time out, listen to your hunches. If you feel like it's never going to come, then that means it's always going to be like this. So you've got to make your decisions based on that. If there's no changes occurring around you, then you are the pillar of change. You're the one who is changing the way that, you know, I feel like you are in control, okay? Now, also, Five of Swords, I'm going to pull a quick card on it because the Five of Swords can mean someone is trying to, you know, push your buttons or hasn't been fully honest with you. I feel it's like when you get the Five of Swords, it's like it's time to put things right, okay? So I just want to pull a quick card on that for you. Three of Wands, the waiting game. So yeah, I was definitely picking up on this brush off energy. The Three of Wands is a card of waiting and observing, okay, and anticipating, but it can mean if you feel like someone has been dishonest with you in some way, or, you know, really trying, there's a lot of office politics, the Three of Wands says watch and wait and see if it changes. If it does not, then it's time for you to make your move, okay? But this is a card of patience, observation. So I feel like some of you may be like distancing yourself from any office politics. You don't want to get involved. The Hermit says you're too wise to get involved in petty squabbles and things like that. You're above that sort of drama, okay? And it will hold you in good stead with people in positions of power as well. If you work for yourself, I mean, I feel like you are thinking about taking a leap of faith or some sort of next step in your career that's actually a big opportunity. And you may be sort of watching and waiting for the pitfalls. It's almost like you're doing a lot of due diligence. You're trying to see, is this the right move for me? You know, if I take this move, then this will happen. But if I, you know, take another move, perhaps something else will happen. Because right now they're showing me a chessboard. So I feel like it's about the move that you're about to make, and make sure, it's almost like you're making sure that the next move you make, that there's no pitfalls. It's almost like, yeah, you're safeguarding yourself. So if, for example, you are, you know, setting up a business partnership, you may be looking at contracts and things like that, making sure that it's all in your favor, or it's all fair, and there's nothing that would surprise you last minute that would be detrimental to your progress. The Three of Wands tells me that you're on the precipice of something big, but right now you're just sort of laying out the feelers to see how you feel it may go. I feel like you've got a plan for the plan, and a backup plan for the plan, and a backup plan for that plan. So I really feel like you're putting yourself in a really good position, okay? Now the outcome, we've got the Sun card. So that's positivity, it's success, it is awakening, it is light, it is truth. The Tower always crumbles to let the light in, and that's what you're doing. The Sun is a card of, you know, glory. It is a card of clarity. It is a card of that boost of energy and growth in your career that brings success. So I feel like an awareness of your skill set is important, knowing that you're talented at what you do, and radiating that knowingness that abundance is headed your way. If you do work for an establishment or a company, know that when you get this card, especially partnered with the Emperor card, this is an indication that your boss may be someone who is difficult to please, but they actually favor you. They really like what you do, and they can see your skill set. They appreciate what you do, and they're watching your progress, and they want to elevate you, okay? But if you work for yourself, the Sun indicates, you know, that, you know, there'll be more clients, or you will be expanding your business. Three of Wands also is a card of expansion, being on the right path, and you headed in the right direction for success, okay? Now, if you work in an establishment as well, I feel like after some sort of sadness or after some sort of difficulty, the sun is coming out. As you can see, this figure there is in sorrow, difficulty, but there is a rising where there is an opportunity or things are changing for the positive. So I feel after some sort of difficulty that perhaps you've been experiencing in your career, there is definitely an opportunity to shine, but also there is an opportunity to be very, very successful. Okay. The Emperor energy indicates control. Your plan is working. It's about strategy. It's about planning for the future. It's also about being respected in your career sector. And I feel like you are. Sometimes you may feel like you're not, but deep down, people respect the talent that you've got, the effort that you put in, and the time that you give to your career. Also, they respect your talents. They respect your skill set. Okay. Also, with the Emperor card, this is a card of leadership. So some of you may feel that you are fulfilled in some area of your career, and you may get tapped for a promotion, or you may step into a position that brings more responsibility or gives you more to sort of get your teeth into. You feel a little bit more like you're making a difference within the company. For some of you, this is definitely setting up your own business or being an entrepreneur and you being in control of that. With the Emperor card, this is a card of, you needing to be strict and getting organized. So if you feel like there's been some major restructures going on in your career, whether it's, within your sector or whether it's external, like for example, changes in tax codes and, tax dates or things like that, whatever the restructure is, this is about getting organized, getting strict, streamlining your energy and your attention to get into action mode. Okay, because the Emperor is all about action. It's an Aries energy, and it's all it's connected to Mars as well, so it is all about taking action. Also, this is a reminder not to wait. Okay, the time is now. So yes, observe things, make sure you've got a plan to back up the plan, but I feel like the time is now, and you're going to be very, very successful with this card. Okay, now for some of you, this can also be about getting really good advice in your career. Some of you may look at videos online on YouTube, for example, about how to run your own business, or how to gain extra skill sets in order to help you within your career sector, and you will use that in order to empower yourself, because this is a card of empowerment. Sometimes the Emperor card can be a card that represents the government, and we all are aware that things are changing economically globally. Okay, and if whatever happens in Virgo season, and we've already of course gone through Virgo season, and there was a wobble in the markets, and I mean there's been wobbles pretty much every week, but whenever things start to waver in Virgo season, they come to a climax in Scorpio season. So we may actually see some sort of major economic shift as we move into November. Okay, now I'm not saying it's like a big crash or anything like that. I feel like perhaps there's something like that a little bit further on. But it depends on how the governments are going to deal with it. I don't know anything about economics, but I can feel the energy of the time period, and I can see what I can see in the cards. But the Emperor is a card of authority. Okay, it's about things changing, but with the sun there, it can mean that there is some sort of benevolent package offered that may affect your industry. Okay, so I have to be aware of that, and it may come after a wobble, because the Tower represents some sort of things are breaking down, but the sun is like, oh, actually this could be a positive, or seeing the positive in some of those areas. But the Emperor indicates getting good advice, making sure, of course, that you're protecting what you have built already, because the Emperor is a card of protection. So for example, you may be looking at financial institutions where you've got your finances, and making sure they're not connected to other financial institutions, so that they're covered with insurance and things like that. So you may be doing your due diligence like that, just to make sure that all your finances are covered and safe. Now the Four of Pentacles tells me that that's sort of on your mind already, my beautiful Aquarians. The Four of Pentacles is about safeguarding your finances, but it's also a card of saving for a rainy day, or being able to lock away a little bit of money for whatever it is you tend to be saving for. Some of you may be saving for a home, Some of you may actually welcome like an economic sort of wobble, because home prices, if you're wanting to buy a home, home prices will sort of also fluctuate and go down. Of course, if you've got a home already, that may not be good news for you, but we all know that things like home prices, they go up and up and up and up, even after economic crises and things like that. But the Four of Pentacles, there is a card. It's an energy of safeguarding what you've already worked for, but it's also a card of like hanging on to the money, okay, as in not spending, not overspending. Of course, we've got energy prices going up and price of living going up, so I feel like you're being really responsible with your finances as well, and making sure that you're being very resourceful and making a little go a long way so that you can save the rest of your finances. I definitely see you sort of taking charge, being strict with your finances, and actually not sort of frivolously buying things that perhaps you don't need. Okay, so I definitely see that. Seven of Cups is a card of, some people see it as scattered energy. Okay, so especially since we've got the Emperor present there, it can mean if you're feeling a bit scattered in your decisions, or you've got a lot of choices, and it means, to get clear, get focused, get organized, get strict, don't let this time period be wasted. But I see the Seven of Cups and the energy that I'm feeling right now. Seven of Cups is about using your imagination to envisage all the possibilities that are available to you. So if you're feeling stagnant and you feel that things are not moving in the right direction, this is a perfect moment for you to reimagine your career. It is a perfect moment to say, you know what, the world is my oyster. There's lots of opportunity out there. Why not just go for it? Okay. Also, if you have lost your job just before you came to this reading, you're getting an opportunity to start again, but you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience with that Emperor card. So some of you will have that side hustle, or set up a second stream of income, or actually set up your own business because of it. But I definitely see you having a lot of opportunities available to you with that Seven of Cups. Also, the Seven of Cups is like, dealing with financial debts, for example, paying bills, or it's like focusing on the most pressing things at hand. Okay, so for example, if you've got a bill that maybe surprised you, or a bill that that you've got to pay off this month, it's about being focused and paying, shuffling money around to make sure you've paid the bills. But the Seven of Cups is also a card that can connect to projects. So if you've got lots of projects coming on in, I see you focusing on each one and getting the task done and sort of elevating. So I feel like you're moving on up. It's almost like you're in the flow. It's like, does this need to be done? Done, 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 done. I see you being really productive and getting everything done in the flow. It doesn't feel like a hard slog. I feel like you're in the moment, you're in the zone, and you're getting stuff done, and you're going to be fairly recompensed for it. Okay. Now I'm just going to pull some cards, 3 more cards, see if I can find anything more about finances, and then we'll end your reading for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Anything more my beautiful Aquarians needs to be aware of? 3 of Swords, that indicates the difficulty, or some of you may have even been going through some sort of private sadness, maybe something in your private life that is not connected to your career, and it may be something that's on your mind right now, and you may feel like it's been affecting your career. I would say with sadness, difficulty, grief, things like that, firstly, I'm sending you so much love and hugs out there, my beautiful Aquarians. But secondly, of course, allow your body to feel the way it's meant to feel. Okay, and it will it will work itself through, it will work itself out. I definitely see we got a 5 of Cups here as well in the Fool card, so there's some sort of new start. It's like you will regroup your energy. So for example, with the 3 of Swords, if you've been having difficulty in your career, the 5 of Cups, you may feel like things right now are not going the way you'd planned, or not going the way you'd hoped. As you can see, this figure is crying over those 3 spilt cups, but is not even aware of the opportunity. There is a gift, a surprise gift. The Tower can be a surprise from the universe. There's a surprise opportunity waiting in the wings, waiting for the universe is waiting for the right moment to deliver this opportunity. It's the 2 of Cups, which hasn't shown up for you just yet, but it's right here. It's present in your reading. Now, I already talked about this good news, this opportunity, this gift that is coming on in. these cards in particular tend to mean, you know, sort of don't worry, relax, don't fret. There is something here that it is going to help you, okay? They know that you're going through difficulties and they're about to help you reach your full potential with the Fool card. Now, the Fool card, of course, is a card of starting over. As I said, you're not starting from the beginning, you're starting from scratch, but it indicates a lot of potential. It indicates you opening yourself up to a new adventure, being a bit more free, allowing yourself to be a little bit more playful and enjoy your career, but also with the umbrella there, that tends to mean protection, okay? And as you can see, all the stars in the umbrella, it means you're protected by the universe, okay? Take that leap of faith. Whenever you see a tower, like in the major arcanas or anything like that, I'm just gonna bring that out for you. Can you please show me the tower? They want me to show you the tower. Okay, whenever you see the tower, it tends to mean, or it tends to have like two figures leaping into the unknown. They said at the beginning, but for me, that's the beginning, but I mean, maybe they mean the beginning here. I mean, you all know what the tower looks like anyway, but they want me to show you. There it is. It is right at the beginning facing me. So as you can see, two figures, they leap into the unknown because it is better to take a leap of faith than to stay stagnant in the burning building. As you can see, a lightning bolt intervenes. That means fate intervenes, destiny intervenes in order to make things so uncomfortable that these two figures have to take a leap of faith. So if you've been feeling uncomfortable in your career, stagnant, or feeling a little bit disappointed with the way things are going, or just unmotivated and unfulfilled, this is an indication the universe is making things a little bit uncomfortable for you so that you make some sort of change, that you take the sort of bull by the horns and sort of open yourself up to change. So I feel that things are going to work out in your favor. The Fool card always embraces change with positivity, has faith that things are working out. Also, this is a card of taking a risk, okay? So if you're normally a cautious person, you know, I feel like the universe is saying, take that leap of faith. It is a calculated risk. But if you tend to be someone who's very risky and takes risks all the time, I would say the Hermit is present to temper your risk taking, just to allow you a moment to really use your intuition and your knowledge before you take a leap of faith, okay? Now, thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aquarians? Last cards, we've got the Moon. Now, the eclipses are going to be heavily influential in your career. So you may feel a little bit lackluster and difficult, things feeling difficult throughout the eclipse. You may feel like you're walking through mud. But as you can see, it says fleeting funds, unknown source, being guided, moonlighting, odd jobs, night shift, part-time. You may be searching for inspiration with that star energy, okay? So I feel the star obviously represents you, my beautiful Aquarians, but I feel even in uncertain times, you following your heart is important, and I feel like you're actually manifesting to quite a high level as well. We've got the Candle. So this is about, you know, relighting your passion or keeping your passion alive for what you do. Ambition, taking action, hustle, manifest money, management, high rank, visibility, athletic. So definitely an energy here of you being visible, of you sort of standing out from the crowd, of you making a mark. Also, your ambition will take you to high places, either managerial positions or, you know, you running your own company. I definitely see a lot of positivity for you, for your career. And we also have heart. Okay, now this can connect to emotional spending. So again, it's that energy of being really strict with your spending right now, perhaps. Of course, if you've got the finances to allow yourself, you know, a little bit of what you fancy, then go for it. You know, life is for living. Life is for treating ourselves as much as we can and others if we can. So that's important too. But it says joint finances, being supported, counselor, guide, having a job you love. So again, that energy has been coming out of your reading, and the final card actually solidifies that message about you doing a job that you love. And if you're not, then it's about you reshuffling things around to make sure you either enjoy it or you find a job elsewhere in order to enjoy that, okay? So I definitely see more money coming on in, but the majority of the energy that I feel right now for you, my beautiful Aquarians, is you stabilizing on your finances, making sure you have a solid, secure foundation and that things are working in your favor. I'm just going to get some final runes before we close. Now we have the wheel. This is the wheel rune, which connects to your journey. It also connects to messages coming through, you being in the right place at the right time and taking action, taking control of your career, okay? It also can mean that there's a little bit of extra luck available to you in your career as well. And we've also got, okay, purity. So this is like the birch rune, which is about becoming. It can be birthing new ideas. It can also be about, planting roots, solidifying the things that you've got already, protecting the things that you've got already, and growing more in your career, okay? Also, my guides really want me to make you aware of these initials because they do look like initials, R and B, RB. But as I was picking them up, I just kept hearing Ruby, Ruby, Ruby. So either Ruby is someone you work with, or maybe it's your name, or maybe it's the name of a company that you come up against, or maybe it's perhaps a company that you are setting up yourself, or maybe it's a company that has those initials, or maybe it's in some way relevant to you. So I will leave it like that. I hope something resonates in that reading for you, my beautiful Aquarians. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel, completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very, very important for me too. In the water, before we go, they're showing me a cracker, okay? When those crackers, festive crackers, you pull with another person, okay, I mean, that could connect to the Two of Cups, two people holding either side of the cracker, and there being a wonderful surprise inside, okay? So they're showing me a cracker, a festive cracker. So, I mean, that can mean anything. I mean, it could be an image that you will see over the next 4 to 5 weeks. Perhaps you are watching something on TV and there's a scene where someone pulls a cracker, or it can mean that you're walking down the sidewalk, see a billboard of two people pulling a cracker. It can mean that you just bought some crackers in the store. You're preparing for festivities of some sort. So please take it as it resonates. These images may mean nothing in this moment, but in the next 4 to 5 weeks, suddenly you see the image and then you get the good news, okay? It all connects to good news coming for your career. So I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aquarians, and love and light.